Hey guys, welcome back to Rockford YouTube channel. For this video, I have some amazing Walmart deals to share with you. And as you can see, it's not just tool deals. We're spraying to all fields. And don't pay attention to this price. Do not pay attention to that price. That is not the price. Do not care about that price. It is much cheaper than that. Don't pay attention to that price. So we are going to have the YouTube shopping links for this one. I actually have all the links pre-prepared so I know all the products are included. We can do the timestamps. It's going to be a beautiful thing. I feel like I should take a little bit of credit on what's going on right here, and we're going to get into that in 1 second. It may not be justified, but in my head, I'm going to justify it, okay? And then I'm going to try and convince you of that justification because it makes me feel like a big man, even if it's not true. First thing we're looking at is the airtight food storage container set by V-Top Mart. 32-piece plastic kitchen and pantry organizer canisters. Now, I have garage aspirations for these things, but it says it's $40.99. It is not. I have to take a screenshot here because stupid Walmart puts my entire address up here when I'm logged in, and you have to be logged in to get this price, which, by the way, generally Walmart has free shipping on orders over $35. I'm not sure how that works when it's third-party sellers, and we do have some third-party sellers in here. If you're a Walmart Plus member, you get free shipping. Again, I don't know how that works with third-party sellers, but we'll figure it out. Someday I will take the time to investigate such things. Here we go, $40.99, but there's a little checkbox here for an extra $20.50 savings when you're logged into your Walmart account. So we're taking an extra $20 off. That's cutting it in half. That is $20 for this 32-piece. Now, here's the very interesting thing. When I saw 32-piece, I'm thinking the gimmick that they do. It's going to be 16 containers and 16 lids, and they're going to call it a 32-piece. But if we go over here, that is not it. We have 10 smalls, 10 mediums, 10 large, and then 2 tall. The other thing I really like about that is I lost my train of thought. The other thing I really like about that, we don't do edits here, okay? That takes up too much time. We just roll with the punches. We just go right into it, and I think about other things while I'm talking, and then we get back on track, and we're like, boom, I got it. So a lot of times, think of these mechanic kits. There's a lot of low-value stuff that bumps up the numbers. But here, we're getting an equal amount. Think of it. Big bolts, you only get 2. Little bolts, you get 500, and that's how they bump up the numbers. This one, it's even all the way around except for the talls here. Also, the lids are all the same size. You ever see some of these where they have different lid sizes for every container? That's a damn nightmare. You never want that. So all these lids will be interchangeable. Now, out in the garage, they're clear storage, fairly heavy duty. They're liquid tight. So if you had some wet stuff, getting wet in the garage, look, bolts, screws, you could organize all your stuff. You got a bunch, like you even got the longies. You can even put longies in there, put some good old lags in there. So a really nice price for a 32-piece, or, pick it up for the mistress, give her something nice because she works hard. Next up, we have the WorkPro 9-piece precision pick and hook set with scraper, automotive, and electronic hand tools. Normally $56.99. Okay, that's insane. But $14.96 now. I really like that, and I kind of like that they include. Oh, come on, don't mouse over me. I like the gasket scraper. I like me a good gasket scraper. Just changing out the carburetors on the cars, was flopping them back and forth, left and right, ended up with 45 different carburetor gaskets. But the point is, they get stuck. You gotta scrape it off a little bit. Also, I like to run the vacuum with it so the little pieces don't fall into the engine. But the gasket scraper is a lifesaver. And then these picks, you can just use them all the time, all day long. Getting out little seals, breaking loose rubber hoses that are stuck, stabbing yourself in the hand because you don't pay attention to what the hell you're doing. $15 for the 9 pieces. Really good deal, and I like that they include the scraper. I'm not sure I would have included the scraper in a set like this, but I appreciate that it's there because it's a tool I could use. And that's one that's, I was going to say obscure. I mean, it's not obscure. You can get it anywhere, but it's just less people have scrapers than have like a set of wrenches, I would say. Next up, we got a Duratech deal. 23-piece torque bit sockets, external Torx, 8-star sockets, 7 female E-Torx, tamper-proof Torx. I would call them security Torx. Are they changing the verbiage on those? So we're getting the whole handy dandy case. It's 23 pieces. Now here, look at this one. This one actually has the little banner here where it says you have to sign in. So it's $22.99. But if I pull up this screenshot for you when I'm logged in, there's an extra $4.60 when we check this little box here. So we're bringing it down to $18-ish. Which they throw in these little extra sockets here. Look at those guys. You're going to find a use for them. You're going to come over. You're going to, you know what? Intake. And then we got our security ones right here. Handy dandy set. And man, they're using these things more and more, which is actually kind of annoying to me. Call me old fashioned. I just want a good old fashioned hex bolt. And I don't mean the one that's like an Allen wrench kind of shit. No. Regular 6-sided hex bolts. They work just fine. Was anyone screaming that those things were shit and they didn't work? Because I feel like they work just fine. But no, now we gotta have Torx and we gotta have Allens and we gotta have all these other damn things. Just filling out the toolbox, things that we didn't need. Oh, let me get to my. Okay, first, no. We're going to this first. This is me taking credit for something. So, about a month ago, I did a video conference with someone from YouTube, and I'm not special. I'm sure they did this with like thousands of people or hundreds of people or whatever, but still, month ago, and they're asking like what can they do to improve their affiliate program. That's these YouTube shopping links that we've been doing lately. And I told them it's a pain in my damn ass to try and find these products after I go through, either I'm in store and I find the deal, or I'm on their website and I find the deal, and then I go to YouTube and I try and find the deal and it's not there, and I spend all this damn time and it's a waste of my time, which is why I don't participate in the program, because you guys are a pain in my ass. I told him every other affiliate network on the planet has a browser extension where when you're on someone's website, you open up the browser extension, you click a button, it gives you the link you need to create your affiliate links so you get your commissions on the products you're talking about or whatever. And I explained that to them. And that was a month ago. A couple days ago, boom, pops up. YouTube has a browser extension for the YouTube shopping thing. And maybe they already had that in the works. Maybe several people brought it up. Whatever the reason, it's the exact damn thing I told them to do. I think I should get a kickback. I would settle for just 1% of all revenue generated from the extension. YouTube, you know how to get a hold of me. I'll sign the papers. I want my 1%. We have a bentism, which is really funny because this is actually not a word that I've seen on Amazon, but yet it says Vavor on the side. Like, these guys are so goofy with some of their stuff. They have like mop horn, and then it's Vavor. And there's all these different brands. I was like, what are we doing here? I don't understand. But wind turbine, 12-volt wind generator, 400 watt, and you're even getting the wind meter to go with it. It looks like a little controller, charge controller or something. Normally 150 down to 109.99, but it's 400 watts. Now think a 400 watt solar panel, because we generally look $1 a watt would be $400 ish. And wind turbines have definitely not taken off the way that solar has, but I kind of like them better. I don't know if I like them better. Like this thing, I would love to give this thing a try, but I got my little bird sanctuary over here, so I got like birds like up the ass in the yard over here, and I feel like, as my friend says, the windmills kill all the birds. And I actually hate seeing these things out in the distance when they're other people's, because they're like huge monstrosities. But I thought, when it's your own and it's generating your own power, and you can just kind of put it off in the corner or whatever, and maybe it's not as bad. Kind of talking myself out of it. Well, I wasn't going to get anyways for the birds, but I like these better than the soil. I just like the idea of it. And for $100, that sounds like $100 worth of fun real quick. $109.99. 400 watts though. That's a lot. I wonder what kind of wind speed you got. It probably says somewhere in here. But the wind speed you got to have, and then how much can it withstand? I'm telling you, the news said we had 70-mile-an-hour winds. Did I tell you guys about the gazebo? Gazebo's gone. And it flew like 100 feet. 100 feet, 150 feet, something. It broke. It's still laying there. At some point, I'm going to pick it up. But it's harder to pick up broken than when it was, because now it's all bent. Like I can't even drag it or anything. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Maybe just hook the winch up to it and be like, whatever. It's going to be a lot worse by the time I get it back in its spot. We got a TV here for you. TCL 65-inch 4K QLED smart TV with Google TV, normally $700 down to $498. Big O 65-incher. Man, TVs are so insane. If this is too rich for your blood, I got a slightly smaller one that is much cheaper coming up. TVs just blow my mind. Back in the day, to get yourself a big screen TV, I'm not even talking about like 65 inch, it doesn't even have to be that big, it's like 5-6 grand. And then you go back far enough, you got the ones that were like the size of the person's living room, and it weighed 5,000 pounds. And they would be so damn expensive. And now you can get a 65-inch TV for under $500. And it's 4K. I don't own a 4K TV. HD was as high as I go. The problem is they last so damn long. What am I going to do? This TV's HD. My vision's shit anyways. Am I going to tell the difference between 4K and HD? They come out with 8K now? Like, dude, I'm blind as a bat. What do I care? But the point is, they last forever, so do you really upgrade? What do you do with the old one? Some places then charge you to get rid of the old one. But $498, 65 big inches. Boy, my TV in the living room, it's in an entertainment center that previous owners built. It's like built into the wall. And I bought the TV not even thinking, not measuring or nothing, and it got here and I was like, oh shit, it doesn't fit in the hole. Not a common problem for me. And what am I going to do? And I was not in the mood for, like, I just want my TV to work. I got this nice, new, expensive TV. I just want it to work. I want to watch some TV. So I just took the Sawzall. It does not look pretty. But it fits, okay? And when I get the 65-inch TV, this is only a 48-inch TV. Think how much more cutting I got to do when I go up to 65 inches. There ain't going to be nothing left of this thing. $498, 4K TV. I want one. Now, here. Only $148 for this one. Same company, 43-inch, not 65. Still HD, not 4K. Comes with Roku TV, which is actually pretty good. There's a lot of stuff you can watch on there. But 148. Game room TV, garage TV. My garage TV is my old 42-inch that 48-inch replaced. It's beautiful. Out in the garage, watch some TV, tinker around on the car, got a baseball game on. It's great. 148. Now here we have the Hyper Tough 5-ton log splitter, 15 amp induction motor with hydraulic ram, horizontal use with vertical storage. It's normally $289. It's down to $218, which is a really good price for these little log splitters. Now let me tell you a little story, because that's what this video is kind of about. We got a lot of chatter going on, and you're just going to have to put up with it. Maybe you don't like it. Maybe you change the channel. Maybe you unsubscribe. Whatever. Don't care. We're telling stories this video. So when I first moved out here about 15 years ago, I had one of these little baby log splitters. Mostly because that's what my budget allowed at the time. But I have a wood burning furnace. It's like an add-on furnace kind of. I mean, it's totally a separate thing, but it functions like that because I have the propane and then we have the wood burner. And it was actually really cool. I haven't used it in forever, but when we first moved here, I used it all the time because it was like free. There's all this wood outside, and I can just throw wood in this big box, and I got free heat, and it's hot as shit. It could be -30 outside, and it could be like 90 degrees in the house. Like, this is amazing. I'm in shorts and a t-shirt in the middle of winter watching it snow outside, and this ain't costing me nothing. And this was my first log splitter. Not this one exactly, but one that looks identical to it. Now, you can kind of do a surprisingly good sized log when splitting this thing. The problem comes in when this thing isn't strong enough to split, but it's strong enough that it sunk the wedge into the wood because now it's stuck. And when it's stuck, it sucks. And maybe there's a better way of doing it, but all I would do is take a sledgehammer and whack the log from this side and try and knock it off the wedge. And if it just does it once, okay, that, whatever. But when it keeps doing it, that's a problem. It's like, hey, I just knocked it off, then you try again, or you try a different log, and then it gets stuck again. And then you knock it off, and then it gets stuck again. And then you knock it off, and then it gets stuck again. So you really don't want to overload this thing. If you're using more reasonable log like sizes, it works really well. And it's easy. And as long as you can get electrical out to wherever you want to do it, it's 15 amps. So, use like a 12 gauge extension cord with it and you'll be fine. And I think it's really ideal for if you want to do like little campfires outside. If you just have a fireplace, just a regular ass fireplace, or like a smaller, like potbelly wood burning stove in your house, for that kind of stuff, like a supplemental heat, or as a fireplace, I don't know, do you count that as supplemental heat? I feel like that's more for show than anything. I guess they do throw out some heat for sure, but you're probably not like heating your house. Anyway, doesn't matter. That's not important. So for that littler stuff, I think these things actually work really good, and it's a lot cheaper. The log splitter I have now, it's like a 30-ton, and it was like $2,000, and I don't ever use it anymore. But that's also not the point where we need to go into. But if you don't want to budget that ridiculous amount for a log splitter, $200. I mean, I think if you're using it to produce heat in your home, it does not take you long to make your $200 back in what you're saving, especially if you have a source to get the wood for free. Next up, we have the Car Luck Cordless Tire Inflator Portable Air Compressor, 7800 milliamp hour, 150 psi air pump with auto shut off. Normally 109. That's a crazy price too. And for some reason, these cordless inflators, whether it's Walmart like on this one or the Amazon versions, they always start out with a stupid, insane price and then have like an 80% discount. And I don't understand why these specific items attract that type of marketing tactics, which I really don't appreciate. You should read some of the emails I send these Chinese people because, and I don't care what they think of me, I just tell them, you look like a scammer, it's a shitty deal, I'm not posting that. Because they send stuff to me all the time. Probably 50 emails every day of the week. I mean, not weekends. They don't work on weekends for some reason. And, most of them it's just delete. Like, that sucks. Delete, delete, delete. But then some of these, it's like, hey, this is actually a good deal when it gets down to the end of it. But you started at such a ridiculous price point. It looks very non-trustworthy. So just for that, I'm not going to post that thing. So that's what kind of annoys me about these. But here we're down to $24.98, and that is a good price. And in general, I really like these little cordless inflators because they're useful for all sorts of stuff. Extremely portable, even for from a sports vantage, basketballs and football, all that kind of stuff. You're going to, I don't know, like a pool or something. You got like floaties or some crap you got to blow up. I mean, it's much better than using your lungs to do it. And then, of course, for like cars and bikes and everything. So they're totally useful for all sorts of stuff. Lightweight, compact, it's rechargeable. It's using a USB-C. It looks like that's a USB-C. I guess it could be that might be a micro USB. But either way, it's a USB charge port. So very easy. You can charge it in your car. You already have the charge cable, but of course it comes with one. So they're just super handy for $24.98. Now this one actually has a ton of reviews too. Look at that, 4.8 stars and 1,000 reviews. We're going to try and do more Walmart stuff, so I'm going to have to learn about their third-party seller shit. Okay, here we have a Hassa 2-in-1 pickup truck SUV bed hitch adjustable extender, extension, foldable rack, 2-inch hitch receiver, ladder, canoe, boat, kayak, blah blah. 750-pound capacity with flag. It comes with the flag. They went all out. They said, you know what? We're even going to throw in the flag. It's like one of those infomercials where it's like they'll cut a payment or they'll add a second one. These guys, we're going to give you the flag. We're going to throw in a flag. Normally $72.45 down to $48.99. And this is just one that I'm kind of personally interested in because I'm kind of on the fence about it. I think I would like this and I think I would use it. So it has a 2-inch, it's for a 2-inch hitch. And it just extends out like so. Boy, do I hate a mouse over. I cannot control any of this because every time I try and move my mouse, it goes crazy ass. Because I want to point it out to you guys, and then the stupid thing moves. But you can hold all sorts of stuff. And I'm thinking for the Jeep, it's only a 5-foot bed, which is one thing I really don't like about it. But also, my ZR2 was the same thing, 5-foot bed. So when you're hauling long stuff, you're hauling the longies, they don't fit. And this just looks like a really easy way to be able to haul longer stuff. And it looks like these wings can come out so it could even hold like 4x8 sheets of drywall or something. I'm sure there's a way you could maneuver that to hold up the drywall too. And then look at this other formation you can do with it, where you can like lift it straight up. It'd almost be like the back half of a ladder rack. If you had an SUV, you'd get up to the roof there. Look at that. Ooh, look at that. That is interesting. Front or back. So for $48.99, I think it would be pretty damn useful. And 750-pound capacity, that's good. That's a lot. A bear could almost sit on that. Almost. Here we have the Skill 4-volt rechargeable screwdriver with 35-piece bit kit. Normally $50, down to $22. Skill has several of these different little, I was gonna say LED. There's an LED light on it, but little rechargeable screwdrivers. And this one comes with a whole little bit set as well. But I like all this. This one pivots. You got a little pivot point there. It locks into, I believe it's 90, 45, 180. You know, straight. Um, but these for like low torque applications, these things are really handy to have around, like electronics or appliances, like little baby appliances, taking them apart, building little stuff. You know, any of the low torque stuff where it just becomes a pain doing it manually. So $22 on that guy there. So there it is, guys. All of the Walmart deals. We're gonna try and incorporate more at Walmart, and we're gonna do all the other stores. So we're trying to rebalance things a little bit, not just do all the Amazon all the time kind of stuff. Although we're still gonna do plenty of the Amazon. But the other thing is, I'm on the fence. We might start doing AliExpress stuff. I've never used it, but they've emailed me a couple of times asking. And I know there's definitely some overlap with some of the stuff that we see on Amazon as far as the tool deals that is also available there. But I'm gonna have to like do some like research on them. I mean, I know it's a legit site, but just like how does it work and what are the particulars here? Because like there's no shortage of tool deals. Whether we're going to Walmart, we're going to Home Depot, we're going to Lowe's, we're on Amazon. You know, even Farm and Fleet and Northern Tool and Tractor Supply are going through Acme's website, Tool Nuts website, Max Tool. I mean, there are so many eBay. You know, it's not like there's a shortage of deals and we need to add another thing. But if they have really good deals, you know, might as well. So you might start seeing some deals from them, and we may just kind of feel it out. If I post some stuff or we do a video on it and everyone's like, no, fuck this, then we're just not gonna do it. And then we're just gonna f that. I probably should get myself damn demonetized at the end of the fucking video. Don't do that. Don't do that. Franklin Graham said, don't cuss. Thanks for watching. Make sure to give the video a like, subscribe if you're a subscriber. I'll see you guys next time.